great plan doesn't need the spotlight. Stop being a spectator in your own life. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means you're preparing an attack. The spotlight is addictive, but a great plan isn't born from applause. It grows in silent rooms, among rejection, doubt, and unseen steps. You don't need a stage. You need direction and the courage to walk even when no one is watching. Fear will whisper, wait a moment, play it safe, not now. But you are not a listener of fear. You are its breaker. A great plan isn't loud, it's sharp. It waits for the moment to strike. Don't seek the spotlight, seek control. Because those who master their steps don't need validation. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of destiny. Rise, move, dominate. Because life won't wait, and you never came to wait. You came to take over, without permission, without doubt, without retreat. If your plan is truly big, don't waste time seeking applause. Make your steps so strong that the world is forced to turn and look. Silence is not a prison. It's a secret workshop where champions build the engine of their future. While others show off half-finished work, you tighten the bolts, polish every detail, and make sure the engine is ready to run without breaking down midway. We've all been in that phase. The phase where friends start showing off their achievements while you're still wrestling with a secret project that can't be shared yet. It feels like planting seeds in dry soil. Passersby think you're not planting anything, but the roots are quietly working their way through the earth. Let your time be governed by process, not by applause. Cheers are like a heavy rain for one day, refreshing for a moment, then gone. But the strength you build in silence is like an underground spring, calm but able to sustain many things for a long time. Don't be tempted to prove yourself too soon. The process is like sharpening a knife on rough stone. Every strike is slow, but the result makes you ready to cut through any obstacle. Solitude is not a punishment. It's a secret room where big visions are built, strategies are perfected, and mindsets forged to be unbreakable. That's where you learn to swallow failure without choking. Learn to stand without a crutch. And learn that true victory doesn't need witnesses. Only you know how hard the fight was. And when the time comes, the world will turn not because you shouted, but because your work is like dawn. It arrives uninvited. When the spotlight finally shines on you, you're already too ready. Not just to show up, but to set the rhythm, to own the stage, and to define the direction of the game. The stage is not where you start. It's where you prove yourself. Start behind the scenes, in tight spaces, while others are asleep. Because that's where your mentality is forged. Not in front of the camera, but when no one is watching. Not when everyone is cheering, but when all you hear is your breath and the beat of your heart reminding you. Come on, one more step. Do you want to be a player or the master of the game? If you want to be the master, you must be ready to work in hours others call crazy. Wake up earlier than the sun. Sleep later than the city lights. Let your body be tired, but your soul hungry to win. Moving before the lights come on means you're ready. Even before the world knows you exist, you're already holding a sharp sword, while others are still looking for the handle. You've already mastered the field before the first whistle blows. Don't wait for your turn. Create your own turn. And when that light finally shines on you, you don't just show up, you shatter doubt. You own the stage, and you make everyone realize you came to take over. Fear is natural, but let it be fuel, not a brake. Every step you master today is a weapon for tomorrow. Fear is just a sign that you're standing at the door to something greater. If you step back, that door closes. If you step forward, that door opens. And behind it is a stronger version of you. Don't let fear tie your feet. Use it like wind behind a ship's sail. Set your sail and let its push drive you faster. Because courage doesn't mean no fear. It means moving, even while afraid. Every step you master today is an investment. Small, consistent steps will become tracks that shape your own path. And while others are still busy calculating risks, you're already holding the map and compass to conquer the next terrain. Remember, fear is like a shadow. It only looks big when you turn your back on it. Once you face it, you'll realize it's not as big as you thought. Conquer your fear, master your steps, and let the world see that you're not just walking. You're charging into the future with your head held high and a heart that cannot be shaken. Let results speak. The spotlight will come on its own when your work can't be ignored. And when that moment arrives, you'll be too busy moving even further. Because true winners don't run after cameras. They run after purpose. They know applause is just an echo that fades, but achievement is a stepping stone that stands firm. Let others be busy talking about plans while you're busy executing them. Let them count possibilities while you create certainty. Results are like the smell of freshly brewed coffee. The aroma will spread on its own, inviting people to come without you shouting to call them. When your work speaks, it will speak louder than 1,000 promises. It will pierce deaf ears, touch frozen hearts, and force closed eyes to open. And when the world finally turns to look, you won't be standing at the starting point anymore. You'll be several steps ahead, building something even greater. That's the secret of champions. They're not busy proving themselves. They're busy creating reasons so the world has no choice but to recognize their existence. Not every journey needs a public map. Not every plan has to be announced. Not every step has to be displayed. Because the greatest journeys often begin in silence, far from the spotlight, far from the comments of people who don't even understand your direction. If every move you make is announced, you'll be busy answering questions instead of finishing your mission. If every strategy is revealed, you give others a chance to interfere before you're ready. Walk like underground water, invisible, but flowing with certainty, carving its own path, and one day emerging as a spring that can't be ignored. Don't be afraid if people don't know what you're working on. Be afraid if you stop moving just because no one is watching. Because true winners don't need validation at the start. They need results at the end. Master your steps, control your direction, and let the world be shocked when they realize you were already far ahead before they even knew you started. The greatest victory comes without warning, like the first rain after a long drought, suddenly soaking the cracked earth and making everyone turn their heads. It is born not from luck, but from long nights you spent alone, from early mornings when the alarm only rang for you, from small steps you kept taking even when no one applauded. We've all been at that point when others are busy showing off results while you're still carrying the weight of the process. It feels like rowing through thick fog. No one sees you, but every stroke brings you closer to land. Victory like this doesn't need to be announced. It will appear on its own, like the sun breaking through clouds after a storm. And when it happens, people will ask, when did you start? But you've been moving long before they notice. Don't waste energy telling the world when you'll win. Use your energy to make sure that when victory comes, it will be so clear, so undeniable, that the world has no choice but to recognize it. The best victory is the one that silences opponents, inspires the crowd, and makes you smile knowing I've been preparing this long before they were ready to see it. Not every step needs to be announced. Not every plan needs to be displayed. Sometimes silence is strategy, not because you're afraid, but because you know seeds don't grow in the middle of a crowd. They grow in quiet soil. We've all felt it. Working hard in a corner no one sees. When friends ask, what are you so busy with? And you just smile because you know the answer isn't ready to be revealed. Move like an undercurrent, invisible on the surface, but strong enough to shift the course of a massive ship. Don't be afraid if people don't know what you're building. Be afraid if you stop just because no one is watching. Use the quiet time to sharpen your steps. Use fear as fuel, not a brake. Build your strength like a stone polished by waves, slowly but surely, until it's smooth and unbreakable. And when the time comes, show up like lightning in broad daylight, splitting the calm sky, making everyone turn their heads. Not just to show up, but to take over the game. Let results speak, because the sky never answers too many questions. You are not a dry leaf blown by the wind. You are a falling meteor, and the world you know when you hit the ground. Don't look for a stage. Build your own stage. If there's no spotlight, be the fire. Don't wait to be ready. Readiness is an illusion sold expensively by fear. Just start, because the first step isn't about certainty, it's about courage. Don't seek validations. The mirror never claps, but it's always honest. Most people live like seeds, afraid to grow, afraid of the rain, afraid of the dark, but that's exactly where roots grow. You are not a hesitant seed. You are a storm, learning to be still. Don't be an hourglass waiting on gravity. Be Thor's hammer. Fall with purpose, rise with lightning. If your life feels like a maze, don't look for the exit. Blow the walls down. If the world is a stage, don't be an actor. Be the scriptwriter. I was not shaped by praise. I was forged by doubt. I don't speak of drains. I speak of wounds stitched into victory. Let results speak. The rest, let silence be the witness.